So Racumin foam has taken off, and it's proved to be very popular with both professional pest controllers and those in the agricultural side of the business, because it's a product that doesn't rely on palatability. It doesn't rely on the rodents actually consuming it. It's designed to be placed in areas where there's activity. The rats and the mice pass through it, and as part of their natural grooming behaviour, once it's on their fur and their feet, they groom it off themselves. It's ingested into their system, and that gives them a lethal dose. So it doesn't work any quicker, but the efficiency and the efficacy of delivery is very, very good. It can be used in areas that aren't normally accessible for traditional style baits, so cavity walls, cracks in walls, conduit, where there's areas where wires and cables are running, etc. So it's another tool in the armoury of professional pest controllers.
The reason I use Bayer products is simply because, as a businessman, my objective is to minimise the amount of risk in my company. With risk, I want to try and get rid of that, and the way I do that with our chemical usage is to use the Bayer products simply because they're effective and they work. We've got a normal pest control contract with a bakery. They had a mouse infestation, and the mice were running at height in amongst void spaces, and were going up and down girders. Yeah, in this bakery we used every conceivable glue board, traps, rodenticide, everything we could. Obviously with the glue boards we had to keep coming back every day, twice a day, and no success, no joy. We had a couple of experienced pest controllers in there. We also got a consultant in. The thing that saved us in the end, or that cured the problem, was the Racumin foam. And we trialled it in an area of the bakery and educated the staff as to what it was and used it up high. Within a few days, the mice had started to run across it, and it cured the problem. I wouldn't say overnight, but within a week we got over it, and we were just. So now all of our guys have a can of it available for them to use.
My boss has been a product tester for Bayer, so I'm quite aware. Using things like the Racumin foam, which we use quite a lot. We do a lot of farms, and it's quite good to use kind of several products to try and knock down the numbers as quick as we can. A lot of the time on farms, rats don't like to eat bait, and you really struggle when they're feeding on grain. You really struggle to get them to eat anything other than the grain they're feeding on. So when you've got nice runs which are kind of away from the grain store, nice safe area, it's fantastic to use for that.
The relationship with Bayer is pretty good. I mean, I rely on them for really good products. Racumin foam, just to name probably the latest product that we use on a regular basis for the control of rats. Something that we never get any callbacks on. Gives 100% success in every instance that we work with it. I speak to a lot of other pest controllers that are generally having problems with a pest species like fleas and cockroaches. I always suggest in every instance using PPCLive2016. For me, definitely the best product out there. The residual value is very strong, and again, minimal callbacks. So you've got the Racumin foam, minimal callbacks, PPCLive2016, minimum callbacks. Definitely the way forward for control.
We use several Bayer products. In fact, one of the products that we are using at the moment heavily is Racumin foam, which you may well have heard of, which is just such a brilliant product. I'm so glad that we have that now in our armoury.
Yeah, I've got a very close relationship with Bayer. I'm a member of the European Customer Advisory Council for them, and also I did the product testing for the Racumin foam before it was introduced onto the UK market. We do a large amount of farms, a lot of work in the agricultural sector. I think it's a great product. I think it's a product that you need to learn how to use for a start. During the trials I conducted, I found using a tracking dust first, finding really good active rat runs, and then targeting those areas has been fantastic. A lot of where we here are on the edge of the fens, we've got a lot of potato stores with a polystyrene foam lined. We've got areas there where they've got mouse runs and rat runs inside the foam, and when those stores are empty with no food in, fantastic. The contact foam, perfect inside those runs.
As a distributor of Bayer products, there's a lot of strong brands within the product portfolio, particularly things like Ficam, the insecticides. The Rodalon range seems to be growing in popularity. One of the aspects of the Crew initiative and stewardship here is the Rodalon product is now going to be sort of indoors and in and around buildings, so it gives the operator, the technician, sort of a bit bit more flexibility with the use of that product. The Racomin foam, I think, has been perhaps even surprised Bayer the success of the product. Very easy to apply, very residual in the field, and the feedback's been fantastic. And perhaps we thought predominantly for rats, but also the feedback we're getting for control of mice has been really fantastic. Been pleasantly surprised at the uptake of Racomin foam, but also the fact it's been used very much in urban as well as rural environments. So inner cities for mice as well as rats. So yeah, great product, and I think being a first generation active, particularly linked to crew, it's understood perhaps less sort of risk to secondary poisoning, as it's got a lower toxicity profile than maybe some other actives in the market.
Stewardship is essential for the long-term safe use of rodenticides in the UK. That's clear. It's not something that is going to be delivered by one person, it's going to be delivered by all people. Everyone has a responsibility and a role to play in delivery of stewardship. Bayer are firmly committed to stewardship and to supporting Crew UK. They're an essential partner as a key manufacturer of rodenticides, and which are being used widely throughout the UK, both in the professional pest control sector and in the agricultural sector.